everyone, welcome to our podcast video Girls on the Move. In this case, we are going to talk about the different type of transportation, public and private, that we have here in Panama. But not only in Panama, because we have two special guests that are Manuel, that is in South Korea, and Catherine, that is in Spain, and they are going to explain how is the transportation there, how is the public, how is the private, what are the costs, the accessibility, and the different types that they have in those countries. And here in Panama, we are going to meet Lee and Kayla. So don't waste more time and let's begin with our podcast. We have our friend Kayla, and she's going to talk about the public transportation here in Panama. So Kayla, what can you say about that?
Okay, here in Panama City, we have two ways more fast to do the transportation, the metro and the metrobus. And for metro, you spend 85 cents if you can do it. And for the metro bus, you can spend about 25 cents or 75 cents if you use corridor.
Oh, so you are telling me that it's very cheaper.
Yeah, it's cheaper. And if you don't want to do it, you can use taxi or whatever you want, Uber or Didi.
What do you think about the taxis? What will be the prices?
The prices sometimes are cheaper, sometimes not. But the bad things about taxi is because the taxi drivers sometimes don't want to go to the places you want to go.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you share an experience of your experience using public transportation?
Okay. When I use metro, I don't like a lot of people around me, and I wait to the people don't go too much.
Yeah, because that's so crowded.
Yes,
I imagine.
And I prefer that. But oh my God. And you have any experience with this?
Okay, yes. In my experience, I lived in Arrejan. So in my case, I just have one choice, and it's the Diablo Rojo. The prices of the Diablo Rojo to go to Arrejan are 45 cents. It's not too expensive. However, it's very difficult when it's raining because it's not comfortable. There are a lot of people in there, and when it's raining, you're suffering because it's so hot, because it doesn't have air conditioner. So in that cases, I prefer to use my car. I spent a little bit more because in Arrejan there are a lot of traffic, but I prefer to be comfortable.
Yeah, I do.
So, in this part of our podcast, we talk about the public transportation, that there are three. We have metro, metrobus, and taxi. So now let's continue to talk about private transportation here in Panama. With my friend Lee, and she's going to explain us the private transportation in Panama, the cost, and which one is the like that she prefers. Let's go, Lee.
Yes, I use Uber a lot, but it's faster and safer than taxis. But sometimes it's expensive, like $5 for a short ride.
Wow, $5.
Yes. But I remember I took a colectivo from La Chorreras, and it was paid and uncomfortable. But it's worth. And the negative is there is no schedule, no apps, and no guarantee of safety.
Okay, so right now you talk to us about two things. The colectivo that she took from La Chorrera and the Uber. So now can you tell us which one do you prefer?
I prefer Uber because it's faster.
And safer. So now that we already know how is the transportation in Panama, let's talk about how is the transportation in Spain with our special guest Catherine, that she is traveling all around the world, but in this case she's settled in Spain, and she is going to talk about the private and public transportation that it's in there.
About the public transportation in Spain, I think this country has a highly developed and efficient public transport network, especially in major areas or cities like Madrid, Barcelona, and Valencia. This country offers like a wide variety of options, like including the trams, the metro system, buses, commuter rail lines, and high-speed trains. For example, the metro ticket costs about $1 with 65 cents to $2 with 75 cents, and monthly passes range from $22 to $60, depending on the city and the age group. And the buses are reliable and cost around $1.50 to $2.65 for city rides. High speed like the AV train connects cities like Madrid and Barcelona in under 3 hours. These trips cost between $44 and 130, but offer excellent comfort, punctuality, and speed. In general, the transport system in Spain is punctual, clean, safe, and well integrated, making it easy for locals and tourists to get around. About the private transportation in Spain, this transportation is is quite convenient and is more but it's more expensive. For example, buying a car range from 160,000 to 33,000. Full costs are high, around $6.50, to $7.10 per gallon. The maintenance and insurance can add up to over 1,000 per year, not to mention parking fees in your urban areas. So, owning a car can be practical for those living in rural areas, but not for the people that lives in the city centers.
Now that we already saw how is that in Spain, let's go with South Korea. In this case, Manuel is in there because he won a scholarship to study Korean. So he is going to explain how it works, what is accessibility. So let's go, Manuel, with you.
Hi, I'm here in South Korea right now. South Korea has a world-class public transportation system known for its punctuality, cleanliness, and accessibility. Whether you prefer subways, buses, high-speed trains, or even bike sharing, there are options for all tastes and budget. But private transportation in South Korea offers a comfortable and safe travel experience tailored to the needs of the traveler. The cost public transportation here is between 15,000 euros for trains, but for buses, around 25 euros. So my experience here has been really successful and also has been really great because I enjoyed all the transportation here. Let's go ahead to back with you.
Finish our podcast, we learned today that Panama have different type of transportations. We have Metro, that is the excellent one. It's so perfect. It connects the city from one point to another. However, we don't have it in all the country. We only have it in Panama City. And also we have Mibus, that it only costs 25 cents. Imagine, that's very cheaper. That's very cheap. And also we have the Diablo Rojo that are from the west. And actually they are not very comfortable at all. And also we learned today in our podcast that Spain and South Korea has excellent accessibility in transportation. However, they are very expensive. For example, don't forget that Spain can have around $2 for the public transportation, so imagine the private. So I hope that you enjoy this podcast, and do not forget to continue watching our videos. And it was me, Nicole Gonzalez, and it was a pleasure to talk with you. See you.